this by saying, except for those who have been in coma all this while, you would have heard that the United States of America, the police of the world, like I said last time, like them or loathe them, they have designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, CPC. Now, many people were making noise. Many people are coming and saying, why would they do that? Um, they shouldn't come to Nigeria. They should invade Nigeria. There was a video, someone saying that even China says that US shouldn't come to Nigeria. They have one kind of relationship with Nigeria, one thing or the other. I'm going to play this video, and it's a guessing game. And if you get the answer, you get $1,000. If you get the answer correctly, you get $1,000. So let me play the video. Okay, I'm going to let the video keep playing without audio, and I'll be asking my question. So quickly get the answer and you get $1,000. As many people as will get it right, they will get $1,000 each. Question: which platoon of the Nigerian army are you looking at? Which platoon? Which division of the Nigerian army are you looking at right there? Please give me the answer. Which branch of the Nigerian army or police or mobile police or navy are you looking at, or Air Force? Which branch of the national armed forces of Nigeria are you looking at right there on your screen? It's none of them. This is a terrorist group, well-organized terror group. Look at the vehicles and the weapons they have, and invading the country, sacking people, a country where there's no war yet. People have camps called IDPs, internally displaced persons. It wasn't from natural disaster, not from Hurricane Melissa or anything like that. No, they were displaced by these bandits you're looking at the screen. The government says nothing. When you arrest them and you hand them over to the forces, they are released the next day. The ones that were not released, after a while, they will say, voila, they are repentant Boko Haram, and they are what? Integrated into the army. Just like that. When you speak up, people like us, they get arrested. One of my friends, Evangelist Joseph, was arrested for several days for speaking up. And many people are kidnapped, many people are massacred for speaking up. Many people are imprisoned for speaking up. And when the United States of America, the police of the world, says enough is enough, they start ranting, making noise. Oh, why would they come to Nigeria? They shouldn't invade Nigeria. They don't come for free. It doesn't matter, really. If they are coming for the natural resources, because that's what people are claiming. Isn't it better that the people are alive? Because the US that I know, they want to be fair. So even if they're taking the natural resources, the people will be alive, they will have something doing, and you get some payment for whatever they are taking, or some trade agreement, or some exchange. And you will be alive to see, to argue, to negotiate, to debate, versus you are dead. One guy, I was watching a video about a guy who came out and said, a journalist who came out and said that, oh, there's no terrorism, blah, blah, blah. And within days, he was kidnapped. He was kidnapped. I think within 8 days of saying that he was kidnapped. We see these things happening and people are not doing anything. You see another country that comes in and says, I want to help. Let me help you. And then some people are saying, oh, they shouldn't come here. They shouldn't invade our country. They're not coming to invade anything. They didn't say they're going to invade anything. They said, we are designating this country a country of particular concern, and the leadership should do something. When you don't do something, then they can act. Because these guys are systematically killing Christians. I hear people say, oh, it's not just Christians that they're killing other people. Okay, so those people are not people. They are not people, right? They are killing people that you are supposed to be ruling, and you are comfortable that they are killing both Christians and non-Christians. You are okay with that. Do you even, like, when you say stuff, do you listen to yourself? Do you bounce the idea, off someone else and listen to yourself speak? They're killing people. A couple of years ago, there was a bomb blast in Owo, in a Catholic church, that killed about 50 people. And you guys think it is normal? They go to places and burn down churches, killing people. There was a video I watched earlier today. Someone was kidnapped from a hospital. She was there taking care of her mom. She was kidnapped and raped and assaulted and let go around midnight, between midnight and 3 a.m. So people can't live in their own country peacefully. And for you guys, nothing. When they arrest these guys, they're let go. They're let go just like that, as if nothing happened. And these guys in politics, many of them will not go home for Christmas on their own. I remember when I was a little boy, every weekend my dad travels to the village. Maybe they had some Umunna meeting or whatever, community meeting, whatever. He would travel on his own and come back to the city. Sometimes I'll travel with him when we're on vacation. We'll go home and we'll come back. We don't need convoys. But the last time I traveled, I have to go with a convoy. This is how bad it is become. When we were kids, we only hear about kidnapping towards the end of the year. We hear people saying, "Oh, be careful because people are trying to meet up. They might, kidnap someone for ritual killing or whatever." It was very, very rare and rampant. I remember in those days, we used to have Fulani people in my village. They will go around with their cows, and then they will milk the cows and sell the raw milk to us. We call them fura. Fura de nani, fura, or may fura, whatever. They come, they give us the milk, we pay them. We worked with them together in our communities. Sometimes they are tired, they come, you give them water to drink. They will sit there, with their kids. You tell them to sit in the shade and rest and all that. We used to live together in peace. But then this brand or this branch that are terrorists, and the government is, treating them with a kid glove. They're not serious about it, because if you show the right body language, remember during 2023 election, when people thought that a particular candidate was going to win, kidnapping, terrorism went down just because of the body language of PO, because he wasn't going to take that. Just the body language of Baba Ahmed Dati and Peter Obi, just because of their body language towards these guys, everything went down. Go and check your records. Kidnapping was low. Banditry was low because of the body language of the people that everyone perceived that the people want to be in charge. But when they did whatever they did, when they maneuvered whatever they maneuvered, which is what they're planning for 2027, but they're going to get it hard anyways. But when they maneuvered whatever they maneuvered, what happened? What happened? The whole thing returned. The whole thing returned. Hardship is higher. You're buying fuel much, much higher than you used to buy then. It used to be less than 200 naira. Now you're talking about 600 and above. Things just became worse. Cost of living so high. And terrorism is on the high. In fact, they even tell you that when you are traveling, you should have a contact of someone to call. This is national security advice. Someone to call to pay ransom. You need to have someone to call to pay ransom. Is that a country? No, I'm just asking. I said the other day in my other video, the difference between a terrorist with a gun and the army with a gun is that the terrorist has no backing, no authority behind them. So they're always afraid. They're always on the run. The army should, I'm adding the word should because that is in a sane environment what should happen. The army, the police, the navy, the mobile police, the air force, they have the country behind them, they have the authority behind them, they have the power behind, not just the power in their hands, but also the authority behind them. The bandits, they have no authority behind them. So they are afraid. They should be afraid. But in the case of the country, sometimes when the community is engaging these bandits and terrorists, you hear that they call for reinforcement from the army, and then the army comes and drops bombs, and guess who they drop it on? Drop it on the people fighting on the behalf of the people, and the terrorists will escape. And they say, "Oops, you guys know what you're doing, right? You know what you're doing." So when the US comes and says enough is enough, you guys start making noise. I heard someone, I'm not going to mention his name, say they should come. They will defend it. I say, defend what? Because he's what's it called? He's a political amajiri. He's just running from he will be against the government. He will be in favor of the government. He'll be against, just trying to find a way to be to get his daily bread. And that's what many of them are actually. Many of them are political amajiris, just jumping from, they don't have policy positions. So jumping from party to party or from person to person, just trying to get their daily bread. They don't really have a policy position, no principle whatsoever, nothing. That's why they can go from one party to another 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 party. And I understand the country is not mature enough in that place where they have a policy position. But if you already won an election, what are you running around for? And then the other one is, you are not, these other people, the other guy I was trying to not mention his name, is not winning any election, just a thug, just a known thug. He's just making noise, a known thug. Everybody knows him as a thug, right? And he's threatening the USA. If the US think about you, you're gone. If they think about you, you're gone. In fact, they don't even have to think. If they tell the Israelites to think about you for them, you'll be deleted. Trust me. You don't mess with these guys. And enough is enough already. What we're asking for is simple. Live and let live. What is wrong with that position? Live and let live. Live and let live. These guys, these bandits you're seeing on the screen right now, some of them, when they do their kidnap thing, and you ask them how much they got from the operation, many of them, they will tell you they got only 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50, 100,000, 200,000. So you're telling me that if the country works well, look at where they are, the vast expanse of land that remains uncultivated. I know it looks like it's a desert, kind of, but if you know that in the Middle East, Israel converted a real desert into an agricultural heartland, if you know that, you know that there's nothing we cannot do. We can create irrigation farming in this area. You can see some trees and some little grasses. We can create irrigation farming here, and they can actually use this area to rear their cattle. If these guys in government are really interested, they can say this whole area, we can make them Greenland in a matter of months. We can turn it into a Greenland. We can use this as a solar farm and generate electricity, so there's no reason to not have electricity. That country is blessed so much that they don't have any reason to complain whatsoever. No reason to be begging or receiving aid from anybody. No reason whatsoever. Look at the land. Look at the vast expanse of land. They can turn it into agricultural place, whether it was for food or for technology. They can do that and feed the world, feed the nation, feed the continent, and end all this terrorism. And these guys who are getting 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 to go and kidnap and live a life of peril, because any bomb they drop here will wipe these guys out. Instead of living this kind of life, if they get something doing for themselves and they're paid and they value what they're paid, even if you pay them maybe 100,000 a month, and it's coming regularly and steadily, predictably, you can see the value of their life will increase. Their life expectancy will increase. Their output, their production will increase. Why can't these leaders, these politicians think for their people and think for the good of their people? Many of them are just lining up their pockets, and then their side people, I'm just going to use people, and their side people, they're not caring about the nation. These guys are recording this with technology. Are you telling me they cannot tell where this place is? You can pinpoint this place on the map. People claim they have given the government, access or information about their camps and their locations. Are you telling me they can't use a drone to sweep the entire north and figure out where these guys are hiding in the entire country? The entire country is smaller than Ontario, a state in Canada. Are you telling me they can't sweep the whole place and find out where these guys are and arrest all of them? Are you telling me that they don't have the access to some gas that they can drop here and get all of them sleeping, and then remove all the guns from them, send them to rehabilitation center and get their heads corrected? The religion they're trying to practice in that country and trying to force everybody to go into is practiced in Saudi Arabia. Many of them that answer Al-Hajjis, they answer Al-Hajj because they went to Mecca, or Al-Hajjah. They went to Mecca. The place you guys were going, do they do these things you're doing here? The place you guys are going as the headquarters of your religion, where if you have money, if you're able, you must go there at least once in your life. Are they doing this thing you're doing here? Even in Iran, are they doing what you're doing here? I heard that Iran sponsor people elsewhere, but in their own country, are they doing what you guys are doing here? In UAE, are they doing what you guys are doing here? United Arab Emirates, the Coco United Arab Emirates, are they doing what you guys are doing? Many of you politicians run to Dubai. You want Dubai visa, Dubai visa. Are they doing what you guys are doing? That Dubai, they don't have any natural resources, as I heard. I have no proof, but I heard they have no natural resources. But you guys are running over there. Are they practicing the religion the way you guys are practicing? I heard that in Dubai, the emir of one of the places actually built a Catholic church, a Christian church for Christians. I also heard that in that country that they named one of their mosques St. Mary Church. St. Mary Mosque, sorry. But you that is copying, how can your second-hand smoking be more effective than the guy who is doing the original smoking? Get sense, so. Get sense. Make una get sense. Make una buy sense. Go buy sense. Bible said, get sense and get knowledge and sell it not. Buy sense, get sense, so. Go get sense. According to Zebi, Kachineke Mezioku. Amen.